Shall you come to me or shall I come to you? So we can sit down together and listen to episode 52. Listeners, this is almost, well, it literally is. We've done a year's worth of episodes. Wow. But Pottervision is on the grow. And that's all thanks to you guys. We wouldn't be anywhere if not for you guys supporting the show, leaving us reviews, telling your friends, supporting us on Patreon. Thank you so much. It's genuinely amazing. But if you've not done any of those things already, then what's stopping you, Year 7s? Leave us a review. Go to our patreon.com/Pottervision if you'd like to support us further. We're going on tour. For a full list of our tour dates, you can go to Pottervision.com. Anyway, here's me yammering on. Here's episode 52.
Pottervision, Pottervision, Pottervision. Pottervision.
Hello, and welcome to the Pottervision Podcast, the podcast where every single week, myself, Lukas, Kirkby, and this man opposite me, Tom Lawrenson, we look at a chapter from the Harry Potter books, and that inspires a lovely hour-long conversation. This week, we're on episode 52. 52 weeks, that equals a year, Year 7s. It's been a year since we first started this podcast. Happy birthday, Tom.
But Lucas, it's meant to be a joyous occasion, but I am sad.
What's wrong?
Do you not notice something missing?
What's missing?
No, Connie.
No, Connie, where is she?
Connie's not here in me lap where she normally is.
Oh, dear.
Oh, she's gone off on a retreat this weekend.
Has she? Where's she going?
She wouldn't tell me. She said it's a spiritual retreat and she'll be back when she can.
So you nearly said retweet, which would have been funny because she's a bird. She's been on a retweet.
Don't pick on her like that. That's Connie. But do you know what? I can be happy because we're 52 episodes in.
Oh! It feels barely more than 40. But this week we're on book 3, chapter 17, Cat, Rat and Dog. And as promised, listeners, we have a very special guest in the room, Mr. David Stanier.
Yoo-hoo!
How are you, David?
I'm good. I'm taking place of Connie on Tom's lap.
How does it feel, Tom, having David on your lap?
Pleasant.
Now, David is here with us today, not only to join us on this lovely podcast, but we're not in Tom's house. We are at Chorley Little Theatre, about to do in about 3 hours our first ever tour show. And you're opening for us, David, doing stand-up.
I am gonna say all my jokes.
Hey, very good. Now, David, are you a Harry Potter fan?
Yeah, I am. I read them when I was a teenager. I think around the same time you guys would have. And, I remember the 5th book was the one that came out when I was waiting for the next release.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was when I joined the party.
Same.
Yeah.
I think that's when kind of Harry Potter mania hit everybody, really.
I think the 4 were out for a while, and then everyone was gurning for that 5th book.
Yeah. Take me to W.H. Smith's at midnight. I want that book.
Yeah.
Imagine being one of those people who are actually like camping in a tent outside, waiting for that book to be released.
It's a book.
It's a book! It's a book, guys! Now, David, how's your week been? You been up to much?
Yeah, like at work, I've got a day job. They've been making me come back a bit more in, and we had to get a shuttle bus from Manchester to Audley Edge. And on one time, I got on the bus, and the bus driver was watching on the buses while we waited for everyone to get on the bus.
I love that.
And I thought that's a bit of a busman's holiday.
Not only from the irony of a man on the bus watching on the buses, just the fact that on the buses is so old. Must be 50 years old now on the buses.
Yeah, how's he got that? What was he watching on a phone?
You know how coaches have like a DVD system.
TV.
Brought a DVD, the sly bastard.
Yeah. He's got his little set. Oh man, I remember we went to France on a bus with school, But the only DVDs they had were Only Fools and Horses. So, literally all the way there and all the way back, we just had Only Fools and Horses on the telly, on the coach, for the kids.
Sounds funny.
For the kids.
When I used to get the bus to school when I lived in Spain, it was a long journey where we'd be on this coach. It probably might have been in my kids, like my adult brain now, maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was like, this is a 2-hour journey. That I make twice a day. And during this time, over the space of a week, we would watch Short Circuit in the morning.
What Short Circuit?
A film about a man who befriends a robot.
Oh, fun! And you see the whole film?
I think the robot might be on the run, but we watched it. We watched it in segments every morning over a week.
Yeah. We're looking forward to a lovely jolly show.
How about you, Lucas? What have you been up to?
Oh, I had a bit of a panicky moment this week.
Oh yeah.
So, as our listeners may or may not know, at the minute,
Bedwetter.
I'm a bedwetter. And listeners had gone for 11 whole nights without an accident. But I think I had a bit too large of a glass of milk 2 nights ago. And I woke up to a puddle, listeners. I woke up to a... You set me up on that.
Tell the truth.
All right, tell the truth. I had a bit of a panicky moment. What listeners may or may not know is that I shit the bed.
Come on.
No. There's an ongoing petrol crisis in the UK. Due to us leaving the European Union, there's issues with lorry drivers coming from Europe.
They know, go on.
They might not come into the UK with petrol, and as a result, people are panic buying.
If they don't know about it, then they won't be calling it petrol. They'd be calling it gasoline.
All right, gasoline, guys. People are panicking. People are panic buying. The petrol's running out, and garages are closing. The petrol stations are closing. So anyway, I'm going to Leeds to teach improv on Monday. Right. Throughout the day, I'm like, well, I've got half a thing of petrol left, but I'm not going to be like the others and panic buy because I'll add to the problem. I'll wait until I'm empty. Right. So I go to Leeds. By the time I get to Leeds, I'm on 1 bar of petrol. Right. I've already passed 3 petrol stations on the way that are closed. And I think, oh dear. So I teach the improv. I finish teaching the improv. And then I drive around, right? I try 3 different petrol stations that I drive to. They are all shut.
Bone dry,
shut, right? I think, shit. Not only have I now got 1 bar left, but the 1 bar is flashing. I think I'm going to be stuck in Leeds. But I went on the internet, I did a little Google search, what's open, and there was one that was open, but the queue was going across the open dual carriageway. I had to wait for about an hour at the petrol station, queuing up, and eventually I got some petrol.
You get a full tank?
I got a full tank.
You're what this country... You're what's wrong with this country.
Get away. But one guy, right, he'd brought a container with him to fill up, right? So he starts filling it up, and then he gets a thing on the thing, you're not allowed to fill up in that container, you're not allowed to fill up in that container. At which point, what would you do?
Continue.
Maybe. You might continue if you're a rebel. What would you do, David?
Pour it down the drain.
That's what the guy did! That's what the guy did! He thought, oh, bloody hell, I'm not supposed to do this. And then he emptied.
Did he have a normal petrol container or did he have something else?
No, he had it was massive. It was like a massive plastic container. But I think you're only supposed to have those little ones at the minute.
The mad C word.
Yeah.
He could have just kept that bit of fuel.
I know, but he emptied it just onto the floor.
No, do you know what?
Yeah.
I put drinking water in this instead.
Yeah. I couldn't believe he did that. So yeah, but I filled my car up and now I'm here.
Wait,
Not a bad story.
we got it.
And we've got enough to get back listeners.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Then we're done.
Then that's it.
We get to die.
How about you? What have you been up to?
Me and Lucy have been painting our living room pink. We're different to other people.
You having a girl?
But as I've been painting the living room pink, my nosy neighbour decided she wanted to have a peek at what I was doing.
Oh yeah.
So what she did, she decided to start sweeping my front garden. I'm in my house and I can hear this. I'm like, what's that? I go to the window and she's by my front door, like sweeping, like in my sweeping my front step for like no reason. I'm like, I got my back to the wall. I'm like, don't go to the front door. Don't go to the front door. There's a nosy neighbour peeking. Yeah. So you disobeyed my orders. You went, I'll go to the front door.
Oh yeah, I did.
And then you left and went and got something from your car.
Yeah. Nosy neighbour back at it.
That's what I've been up to.
Very good. Now then, are you two ready for a chapter 17?
Oh, hang on.
What?
Before we start, this is almost the year anniversary of what we've been doing, like a year's worth of episodes. So my sister, producer Alice, has bought us a 1-year cake.
Thank you very much, Alice.
So I will
Oh, it's lovely.
light the candle.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'll present it in front of us all, and all at once we blow. 1, 2, 3. Oh,
that was nice, wasn't it? Happy birthday to us.
Did you make a wish?
I did, but you mustn't tell.
I just said the word Pottervision in my head. 1, 2.
That's why your lip was trembling.
How lovely! We'll have a bit of that after the podcast.
I'm going to have some now.
Oh, why not? You can have a lovely slice of cake. Feel free to help yourself, David, as well.
Do you like it? Anyone like a slice?
I hate birthday cake.
Then none for you. Would you like a pack of Lancashire sauce crisps?
Hey, it's bloody lovely in this theatre. We've got into a dressing room and they've got all sorts of lovely things in the room. We've got Lancashire crisps, we've got cans of Coke, Fanta, and a big jar of Uncle Joe's mint balls. Hey, keep you all aglow. So I'm looking forward to popping a couple of Uncle Joe's balls in my mouth. Now, Tom, enjoy eating your slice of birthday cake while I run down this chapter of the book.
Sure.
Listeners, he's got a quarter of the cake in his mouth. That's not a slice, that's a segment. Chapter 17. Cat, Rat and Dog. Buckbeak has just been murdered. Brutally murdered. Oh my god, they can't believe it. The next thing, Scabbers is going nuts in Ron's pocket and suddenly they're attacked by a giant dog. Oh! He's grabbing Ron by the leg. He's pulling him down through the Whomping Willow, through the hole. Crookshanks, for some reason, can hypnotise the tree and make it stop. They then, Harry and Hermione, follow down to the hole. They go through a tunnel and they end up in the Shrieking Shack. They find Ron upstairs and it turns out the dog's a bloody animagus and it's turned into Sirius Black. Dun dun dun. Harry is pissed off. This guy's murdered his parents, supposedly. He points a wand at him, he physically beats him up, which has been a theme of the whole book. And he's got a bloody nose, black eye, all that's happening. And then Lupin turns up. Hooray, he's come to rescue us, but bloody hell, he's giving Sirius Black a hug. What's going on here? Turns out he's a werewolf as well. And then they turn around and say that Scabbers isn't a rat, it's Peter Pettigrew, who's supposed to be dead for 12 years. That's the chapter, Cat, Rat and Dog.
What a chapter!
Hey! What? It's, we say it every week, but this week, what a chapter, twists and turns and revelations.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Don't do that.
Mickey Mouse.
I got that slice of birthday cake.
Yeah.
Too big. And look how fast I ate it. I was wolfing it down. And, yeah.
Listeners, the slice was at a right angle.
You cut it with a teaspoon as well. So
I did.
It looks even bigger.
I should have eaten it with the teaspoon. The chapter starts off, right, them hearing Hagrid's moan. Oh! They want to run back to him, but Ron says no.
Yeah.
He'll be in worse trouble if they find out that he's seen us. Why?
Yeah.
He's a teacher at this school.
Yeah. And also, he's not in trouble at all. He'll be in worse trouble. He's not in trouble, it's just animals being put down. You don't go to the vets and somebody, oh yeah, my cat's gone in to have a lethal injection. Bloody hell, I bet you're feeling a bit sorry for yourself, aren't you? Shouldn't have been doing that.
No.
He's not in trouble at all. They say they can hear Hagrid's howls from the hut. So as soon as that axe goes down, ow! What are you doing, Hagrid?
That's what I do at funerals anyway.
That's why you've been banned from the church. Tell you what, David, I'd love for you to howl at my funeral.
I promise you I will, but I'll probably die first.
No. What? Because of age?
Fighting.
Yeah.
Maybe age and lifestyle, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem a healthy guy.
Well, I don't know. See, I don't drink. Well, I drink occasionally, but I don't smoke. But then I do have a lot of McDonald's, a lot of bad food.
I argue they may sponsor your funeral.
Oh, I hope so. Just as I'm being lowered.
Ronald McDonald being saluting with a little tear wiping off his makeup.
I'd love to have a reading from the Hamburglar. That'd be bloody lovely at my funeral.
I quite miss the old McDonald's. Remember the white McDonald's with the yellow interior?
Yeah.
Instead of the cool interior that they've got now.
Yeah, what's that all about? Lamps at different heights. Can't be doing with that.
Just like squiggles on the wall.
Yeah,
Because it's cool.
A throne for the birthday child. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Birthdays would either be at McDonald's or Burger King. Most birthdays were.
Did you all have a McDonald's birthday bus?
No.
Are you talking about like something in the shape of a bus that everybody sat in with the tables?
In front of our McDonald's
Yeah.
was a double-decker bus.
What?
Like McDonald's themed.
Like an actual bus.
Yeah, decked out on the inside,
Yeah.
all McDonald's stuff, that could be driven about, and then people would have their birthday party on the McDonald's bus.
That is cool.
Yeah. No, didn't have that. Never heard of that before in my life.
I remember one day, like every year at the Fringe, they used to have a comedy bus at the Fringe where they'd have a gig on a bus. But I remember my friend went to see one of her friends that she knew do a gig. But she really had to go to the toilet because it was a bus. It was just at the front of the bus. It was really awkward because she had to like squeeze past him and then go down the spiral stairs to go to the loo.
There was a lady doing a show in a taxi this year at the Fringe. She was like, I don't know, she'd drive you around the city while performing, like talking back at you.
What's the road?
That is just any taxi driver. Anytime you take a taxi, you get their Edinburgh show. They talk about their life, and in the end, the dad dies.
But she was in a frock.
She was in a frock. She had a microphone instead of a steering wheel.
There was a bit in this chapter that really reminded me of about 2009 YouTube, because you got Ron going, "Ow! Ow! Scabbers bit me! Ow! Ouch, Harry! Ouch, Scabbers! And it hurt, Harry, and it's still hurting."
Scabbers bit my finger.
It's really hurt, Scabbers.
He's so dramatic, Ron. I feel like they're all very dramatic in this. Like,
I mean, Ron does get his leg broken.
that's later, isn't it? Yeah, he does go through the walls a bit, doesn't he?
Gets his leg broken and dragged under a tree.
Big hard ass.
Well, all they've done is heard the chop of the axe. Hermione can't breathe.
What else would it be?
What, sorry?
Well, I mean, they've got for every reason to believe that Buckbeak is dead.
Yes.
Are you suggesting otherwise?
No, I'm not suggesting otherwise. I just think, do they have a massive attachment to Buckbeak, or are they just worried for Hagrid?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How it's written, it feels like, I don't know how familiar you are with Game of Thrones, but there's a very famous beheading in that. And I don't know, it just felt like they were trying to go for that kind of... I don't know.
Series 1?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of dramatic beheading.
Yeah. I think so, yeah, because this would have been written after the book, but before the TV
Exactly,
series. Do you reckon J.K. Rowling read any other books before she wrote one of her own?
Greek mythology.
Lord of the Rings.
Probably.
Just anything, incorporates anything.
Argos catalogue.
Oh, let's include discarded furniture in my book. We were wondering last week why Scabbers was in Hagrid's hut. What reason did he have to be there?
I did.
Yeah, now I'm thinking that, because he knows Sirius Black was about. So he was hiding in Hagrid's hut.
And Hagrid's got a dog as well.
Oh, yeah.
And Hagrid's the size of a barn house.
He is. Yeah. Yeah, good.
I wonder if Hagrid could beat up Sirius Black as a dog.
I think so.
Because I think the dog is bigger in the book than it is in the film. I wonder if Hagrid could have a good,
Probably just make it one of his own.
Yeah.
Added to his collection of pets.
Because in the film, it's just like the size of a big Labrador, really, isn't it? It's not enormous like a Great Dane or something.
It's like a Grim in
Yeah.
my mind. It's just like a big old black dog.
Yeah.
A bit like the one from Norse mythology. I don't know, they've got like a visit. I think they've all got pets, I think. I think Loki's got a big black dog.
Oh, I don't know.
Looks like a giant. It's in Thor 3, I think.
Oh.
Scary stuff. Now, Scabbers escapes, runs off. Crookshanks the cat chases. Then Ron's chasing Crookshanks. Then Harry's chasing Ron. And Hermione's chasing Harry. Right. This, to me, imagine seeing that. 5 people in a row chasing after each other. But it looked like the evolution of man. You start with a rat, then you got the cat, then you got Ron, who's essentially an ape on 2 legs. Then you got Harry, who's not much better, and then finally you get fully functioning Homo sapien Hermione.
I think it looks more like the Scooby-Doo cast running down a corridor.
Oh, it does. Hey, right, let's start that bit again.
Oh, so Ron's running after that rat, right? Why is Ron so enamelled with that rat?
Just loves him, doesn't he?
He's like one of them nutters who jumps off the end of Blackpool Pier, like trying to get a dog back. Have you heard these stories where someone's dog falls off the end of one of the piers in Blackpool on like really high tide?
Yeah.
And instead of just going, I guess I don't have a dog anymore, they dive in after it and themselves die.
I think I'd dive after me dog.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Off the end of a
I wouldn't think.
pier?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just think, I've got to save it.
And this will be fine. I can swim.
So high up.
Yeah. More fun. I don't know I think if you saw the dog die.
If you fell off the end of a pier, I'd be like, I guess I'm not doing Pottervision anymore.
Well, that I can understand. This is a dog.
Yeah.
Don't know.
When they're running away in the invisibility cloak, well, at first, that stresses me out. Whenever in Harry Potter, where there's more than one person under that invisibility cloak, I hate it. It's like when people try and make you share an umbrella.
Yes.
I hate that. Yeah, I'd rather... whenever it says, get under here.
I'll be visible.
I say no and just watch them stood in the rain.
But it's like an umbrella, because the more people you get under it, the less effective it is. You're not going to be covered. I'm not being funny. I'm thinking of him in the film where when he's on his own, that invisibility cloak barely reaches the floor. With 3 of them under it, I'm not being funny, you're going to see them all from the waist down.
Yeah.
Because he's going to cover just their shoulders.
Mm.
So you're just going to see 3 pairs of legs running around the forest.
Best thing to do was if they all crouched down and duck walked.
Yes. That's what we like to see.
Waddling.
Yeah. Mm.
But yeah, if you ever, I don't know, even sharing a duvet with someone, there's not enough space under there.
Yeah.
I've got a single duvet.
For me as well, these characters, they can't do anything without running commentary on everything that they're doing. You can't just be, they chased after the rat. If you were chasing after something, you're not going, come here, come back here, you. You just chase it, don't you? And you pick it up and you catch it. But here we've got Ron going, get out of the way, Crookshanks, or come here, Scabbers. I just feel like we don't need commentary on everything.
People say the name of their dog when they're summoning them.
No, but not all the time. They're saying something every 2 seconds.
Scabbers! Scabbers! Ow!
It's not going to work on a rat, though, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a magical rat, isn't it?
Oh, that's true.
Transform into a man.
Say Poppy was running away.
Yeah.
Would you not be like, Poppy! Poppy!
Bye-bye! No, because she's never coming back if I shout at her.
Right, okay.
I just, at that point, I'd be like, right, I need to get a little worm or a bit of dried apple and then tempt her from where she's been. It's just food. She likes food.
Is she comfortable with you now?
Yeah. The other day, for the first time ever. Now, before, if you put your hand out, she'd put 2 paws on it.
Oh.
But for the first time ever, the other day, she actually just climbed on of her own accord onto my hand and was just chilling. What do you think to that?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's comfortable, yeah.
That's funny.
That's lovely little steps.
I saw some video or some comment section of a video the other day that was saying that men who don't like cats are misogynistic. And I was thinking, I don't like cats. I'm allergic. But then I realised I don't mind cats.
Yeah.
I don't like being allergic to them. But what I don't like is cat owners.
Oh, yeah.
You got cats?
I've got a cat, yeah. Lovely little cat.
Oh, your cat's adorable, David.
Yeah, Betty.
Betty.
If listeners want to put a face to this cat's name, at Betty with the good fur on Instagram. She's a flat-faced Persian.
Oh,
Yeah, she looks grumpy all the time.
she looks good.
She looks fine. She looks good. She looks fine. She is David's feline.
Betty with the good fur.
Betty with the good fur. On Instagram.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, lovely.
But I am really misogynistic.
So there goes your theory.
Yeah, maybe they are though. Maybe men who don't like cats are misogynistic.
Yeah.
I don't like dogs either. Well, they're the same thing. I don't mind them.
Yeah.
I just don't like their owners.
Yeah.
No offence.
I think you just don't like other people. Whether they own pets or not.
No, what I hate is people rushing over to other people's animals.
Oh, okay. That's me though, innit?
Do you do that?
Yeah, I do that. I go, ooh, can I stroke your dog?
That's my son.
It's too late now. I'm tickling his tummy.
I saw this video that made me laugh. This bloke's doing this prank on people. He'd walk up to them and go, "Can I stroke your dog?" And they'd go, "Yeah." And they'd go, "Oh," and walk off. Without stroking it.
That's
Just
funny.
like, can I? Well, good to know.
So they're running, aren't they?
Mm.
Who turns up but this great big black dog? Not depression! An actual...
All of a sudden, our 3 heroes got depressed. They couldn't be bothered chasing after Rat anymore.
Well, this actual big black dog comes after him, seemingly for Harry, but then grabs Ron by the leg and drags him into a tree.
Mm.
I was getting excited. I was like, a bit of action.
You like that, did you?
Yeah, we've not had a much like, we've had mystery and intrigue and things like that, but this is like proper.
Yeah.
Lives are in danger for the first time in the film. Things are going on. They're actually being attacked by a dog.
Yeah, for the first time, it's a bit like for the first time, they're not in control.
No.
This is like an adventure they've not chosen to go on. They're getting dragged under a tree.
Yeah.
It's like, because normally the first 2 books, they're like, right, tonight's the night,
Yeah.
we're going to go into the girls' bogs and whatever they do.
Yeah.
But now they're being like, sucked under a tree, aren't they?
Yeah, I love it. It feels like, a step up from the past 2 books.
Yeah, but how scary must that be? Great big dog dragging you off under a tree. Because
Oh my God.
is Ron thinking, this dog's going to kill me?
Yeah.
Is it going to eat me? What's he thinking?
Because as well, it's more like the kind of thing a tarantula would do. Like catch you and bring you back to your lair.
Oh.
I think it's scary because it's not dog behaviour. Because a dog would normally just like maul you or something if it was evil. But the fact that it's dragging you somewhere is terrifying.
Yeah, he's got a plan.
Yeah, very scary. Breaks Ron's leg in the process. David, have you ever broken a bone?
Yeah, kind of. I think so. I've been told I have. Well, basically, my nose.
Yeah.
I was on some monkey bars at a caravan site with my grandparents, swinging away. I'd done it earlier in the day. I said, "Watch this, Nana and Grandad," and then they just watched me swing too far back, fall flat on my face, and then crunch my nose, and loads of blood, I remember it just the blood mixing with the sand in my hands.
Oh!
And then I had to be taken to the accident unit.
Yeah.
My actual house was opposite the accident unit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Broke my nose.
Do your parents still live there now?
No.
Did he miss it?
Well, do you know what? The accident unit's not even there now.
Oh.
It's a popular place for urban explorers to go and look around with.
Like an abandoned type thing. Yeah.
So
We don't have a hospital in Stoke anymore.
no,
Everyone's just well.
Everybody's well.
everything's fine.
They have no need.
Look, guys, we're going to have to shut down this hospital. What is it? Lack of funding, lack of equipment, no custom. We've just not got the people to come in and be poorly. David moved away.
Yeah, have you ever been dragged by a dog under a tree?
No, but
Can you answer that so seriously? No, I've not actually. But where were you going with that? I've been dragged by a cow under a car.
but like I said last week, I was knocked over by a dog and cracked my head open. That's the most.
Been chased by a dog, that's pretty scary.
Have you?
Smaller dog, but still, it's still nice.
It is scary when something. I always get worried about swans or geese coming after. That.
When the net goes low and the wings
Oh,
out and they're
yeah.
getting ready for a good old charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think, bloody hell,
God, yeah.
horrible.
Hissing.
Now this, for me, this chapter was amazing, but this one little detail just upset me a bit. How does Crookshanks the cat put its paw on part of the Whomping Willow and make it stop?
I mean, I do know the answer.
Do you?
Yeah, I can't, because I was looking up Crookshanks a bit,
Yeah.
and it said that there is like a knot in the tree.
Yeah, do you remember that?
No.
It knows to press.
Yeah, there's an area that makes, it's like a reset for the Whomping Willow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The whole thing about Crookshanks, because Crookshanks isn't this big of a part of the film, but there seems to be more to Crookshanks that I don't know what this is leading to. That she knows Sirius Black and
Yeah, it's a he. I thought
It's
it
a
was
he,
she.
yeah.
But, again, I looked up a bit about Crookshanks.
Yeah.
It is some kind of, because it's a magical cat.
Yeah.
It does seem to have more going on than I kind of realised. Like,
Yeah.
looking back on it, it's a clever cat.
yeah,
Little cat.
clever cat. We might find out more next chapter.
There's a funny line when they mention, is it Ron or Harry says about Crookshanks? He's friends with that dog.
I've seen them together.
Yeah. I think Harry must say it, mustn't he?
It's very gossipy.
He's friends with that dog.
It sounds like a mother excusing her son's poor behaviour. It's like, he's only started doing that since he met Nathan from rugby.
Not to like talk down to animals, which I'd never do. But animals aren't friends with each other, are they? Are they?
I think so. Yeah.
Friends.
Well, it was odd.
They knock about together. I saw them licking the milk off a saucer.
But then we did see them last chapter or the chapter before where they're just walking side by side together, which animals never really do normally, cats and dogs. So, yeah, it's weird.
They are dragged, they go on this adventure into the Shrieking Shack, yeah?
Yeah.
They go up the stairs, they're in there.
Yeah.
Did no one think to check these grounds? Did the Shrieking Shack for Sirius Black?
Well, I know.
Surely you'd have a Dementor in there all the time.
Yeah.
Well, the Shrieking Shack, isn't it where they put Lupin every time it's the monthly time to be a werewolf?
Oh, is that right?
Oh, I don't know. You know more than us, David.
Sorry.
I thought that's what they did back in the day, but they're still doing that now.
Well, it must have been shrieking for a while, and then Lupin must have gone off to be a grown-up, and it started shrieking again.
Oh, yeah. David, don't apologise. We're glad to have you. Last week we had a friend of the show, Lewis Shaw, who didn't know half the things that happened in the book. So it's lovely to have you here
We'll
with
find
us.
a middle balance one day.
Yeah, well, that's us, isn't it? But yeah, all fantastic. That seems like a thing, doesn't it? Lupin's a werewolf, but it seems a bit cruel to stick him. I know it's safe for everybody else, but to just lock him in a shack for the night.
Get his shrieks out.
Get his shriek on.
I think there was a film directed by Guillermo del Toro called The Werewolf, I think, or something like
Ooh. I like the idea of a werewolf.
Did you ever see that film?
Wolfman?
Wolfman. Maybe.
Yeah.
Is that what it's
was
called?
Was that by him? Though? I don't know.
Maybe. It was Hugh Jackman, wasn't it?
They go down, before they get up to the thing.
They hear.
Oh no, before that.
Fine.
This series of books has an unrealistic thing that kids are getting now about how many slides there are into mystery underground locations. There's a slide going through the trapdoor in book 1. There's a slide going down to the Chamber of Secrets. There's a slide going down the back of the Witch's Hump. There's a slide going down the Whomping Willow. There aren't naturally made slides that just go underground. But there seem to be like one in every book.
These architects of Hogwarts. You're thinking stairs. No. I'm thinking slide, rope ladder. Yeah, right. Let's do that.
You can't have the people just walk downstairs. They've got to slide and thump them at the bottom.
I think it creates a sense of like unknown peril as you go down. You've got there's no control.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's not building up, but sliding down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone's ever tried running up a slide. It's fun, but it's hard. Especially if it's slippy.
How about when you go on a slide at a playground and you slide all the way down, you get a wet bum because there's a pool of water waiting for you.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Have you seen that office in Manchester that's got a slide coming out the side of it?
Fun.
Yeah.
Is that when you finish your day at work?
Must be.
In Hume.
Oh, yeah. They should have that at the fire station, shouldn't they? Instead of those poles, you just have a slide that goes directly into the truck.
The thing is, though, these firemen will starting fires so they can use the slide.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ringing the station on the mobile. Better go, boys.
Putting a cat up the tree so they can use the swings.
Oh, there we go.
They're walking up the stairs of the Shrieking Shack,
Oh,
and
yeah.
what they hear is a low moan and a deep, loud purring.
Guys, whoever's in that room, give them 5 minutes. I'm not going barging in there when that's going on.
The shagging.
The Shrieking Shag. The paper's peeling on the walls, there are stains everywhere, there's broken furniture. No, it's not everybody's first year uni accommodation, it's the Shrieking Shack. And who's up there? Ron?
Sirius Black.
Sirius Black.
Yeah. And he steps out of the light, into the light.
Yeah.
And Harry is filled with fury.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to kill him.
Yeah.
I want to kill him.
Yeah.
He didn't kill Harry's parents. So far, his only crime seems to be he's got white skin and yellow teeth.
Well, he supposedly told Voldemort, didn't he, where Harry's parents were.
But it's Voldemort who's killing him. I don't know how many times we have to do this.
Well, he's murdered 13 people, they're saying as well.
He's a tattletale.
But at this point, Harry believes it's his fault.
I suppose snitches do get stitches in Harry's eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Harry is so annoyed. Not only does he think that Sirius Black has killed 13 people with one wave of his wand, not only does Harry think that Sirius Black told Voldemort where his parents were, leading to their death, but also he now thinks that he's been shagging Ron. What was going on upstairs? I heard 2 voices, and there's only you 2 in the room.
Walking in and going, all I heard then was a low moan and a deep purr. What were you two doing?
I won't tell anyone, honest.
I forgot that they kicked the shit out of Black.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Yeah.
because it doesn't give him a good old beating. I know he kind of overpowers him, but he also it does say Harry forgets that he's a scrawny little 13-year-old
Yeah.
boy, but so does he just
Well,
beat him up?
at one point it says he punches him anywhere he can reach.
Right.
So he's just punching him over the body. He ends up with a black eye and
Punched him in the side of the head, didn't it?
a bloody nose. Hermione boots him at one point. But this is been the theme of the whole book.
Them two kicking the shit out of people.
Hermione punched Malfoy 2 chapters ago. Harry threw mud and beat up Malfoy and Crabbe and Goyle earlier in the book. Of course they're going to batter Black.
I know. Well, he's not doing himself any favours because then he's been so obtuse about everything.
He talks like a right creep.
Yeah.
You killed my parents. There will only be one death tonight.
Like, yeah, if you're in a pub, right, and somebody comes up to you and goes, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Don't turn round and go, "There will be only one murder tonight." You turn round and you say, "Sorry, I don't want to fight at all."
Yeah. Sorry, I zoned out then. I didn't mean to look
Yeah.
at you. I'm sorry. Like, I know, like, what should have happened is, you killed my parents. You could have gone, listen, there's a rat in your pocket, right? It's called, whatever it's called.
Peter Pettigrew.
Peter Pettigrew. He's the one responsible, right? And draw him out and we'll make him transform. And then, honestly, blah, blah. But instead, you get all this obtuseness. And it can be explained by the fact that this man has been isolated for...
Yeah,
and he's
that's-
been in
yeah.
Azkaban, and his brain isn't the same as how it used to be.
Yeah.
You can use that, but he's still obtuse.
Yeah.
And he's not like that elsewhere, really, is he? I can't really remember the other books, but he's not like... Cause, I thought you'd come and help your friend. I'm grateful. It will make everything easier.
Yeah.
To explain the truth of how I'm innocent.
Why would that have made things easier?
Don't know.
Because he's not telling on them at Hogwarts.
He's not getting arrested again, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
He's not getting actual teachers' help.
Yeah.
He's like,
Maybe.
it's all contained. The only ones who know about it are in the
Yes.
shrieking shack.
Yeah.
And he does grab Harry by the throat as well.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem very innocent
No.
thing to do.
No.
You're right, guys. He's been obtuse. Much like the angle of Tom's birthday cake slice. But yeah, he's defending himself there, isn't he? Because I think Harry's beating him up and then he grabs him by the throat. But then also, yeah, you don't grab somebody by the throat, do you? You just try and...
Get off!
You grab their arms, don't you? Or
Yeah.
you
Tickle him.
push them off or
He's
whatever, yeah.
He's got a wand. He could have just petrified them all. couldn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
But then that wouldn't make for interesting reading, would it, guys?
Yeah, that's true.
But I think knowing what you now know, that he is like a good un, I thought reading it back maybe it would be like, oh, but no, it does seem like he's still evil at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
He is being a right oddball.
Lupin is a werewolf. He runs up the stairs, and Hermione goes, "You're a werewolf," or whatever she says, and he forces a laugh at one point.
Ha! I love forcing a laugh. Ha 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 ha. Force a laugh, Lucas. Go on, force one.
Your face didn't look happy.
Oh, I was forcing it. Let me ask you a question. We find out that Remus Lupin is a werewolf. How old would you think Remus Lupin is?
50.
50! Right. What happened 50 years ago? Who was expelled from Hogwarts 50 years ago?
Hagrid.
Hagrid! What did Hagrid used to keep under his bed?
Werewolf puppies.
Werewolf puppies. Guys, you've heard it here first. Hagrid is Lupin's dad. He's his foster dad at least. I think baby werewolf Lupin was one of the little baby cubs that Hagrid had under his bed 50 years ago.
Oh.
And I really hope no one else has thought of that because I'm proud.
And also, Harry won't give anyone a chance to explain.
Yeah.
Anytime someone's like, "If you let me explain," he's like, "How can I let you explain when you killed my parents?"
Even if you think they're bullshitting, just listen.
Go on then.
Hear them out.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. Harry, before Lupin comes in, I felt this was a really interesting moment. Harry has Sirius Black at his mercy. He's pointing a wand at him and he wants to kill him. He's actually thinking the thought, "I'm going to kill him," which we've never had before, right? But he hesitates. Right. Do you think if Lupin hadn't turned up, do you think he would have gone through with it?
Well, there's even the part where Crookshanks jumps into Sirius
Yeah.
Black's arms and he's like, "So what if he had to kill a cat too?
Yeah.
If the cat was prepared, if Sirius Black was prepared to die trying to protect Black, then wasn't Harry's business. He's ready to kill a cat."
Misogynist.
And also, just blast him in the head.
Yeah, you don't have to kill the cat.
A cat covers about 5% of the body. Oh, bloody hell, he's got that cat for a human shield. Just get him in the head. But as well, if Harry... Because I don't think Harry knows the killing curse. I don't think he knows of Abracadabra yet. What has he got in his arsenal that he thinks is going to kill Sirius Black? You can't bloody waddy-wazzy him to death, can he? Or we're going to just shove things up his nose until he dies. I'm going to make him levitate. But what? What's he going to do?
He's got some up his sleeve.
Yeah, I bet he has.
Eat slugs, Black.
Imagine this. How do you think this would turn out? Imagine Sirius Black is the murderer that Harry thinks he is. And because of his hesitation, later on Black kills Ron and Hermione. How do you think Harry would feel about that? Imagine the guilt of that. He had a chance to kill Black and didn't. Because this is alright now, the fact that, Black ends up being good. But what if he wasn't, and because of Harry's hesitation, other people get killed?
I'd have liked that if he had gone away that way, because it would have made a very interesting, different story.
Yeah.
That there was someone, as formidable as Lord Voldemort.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, because at the minute, it's just as we find out as the books develop, it's just Lord Voldemort and everyone else is beneath is just weak, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. There's nobody, only...
Hello, Lestrange is alright.
Yeah, to be fair.
And Dumbledore maybe is like a rival to match him a bit.
He's a goodie though, Dumbledore.
He's a goodie, yeah.
Big snake.
But then, Bellatrix Lestrange is killed by Mrs. Weasley. Take that, you bitch!
I wonder how powerful... I don't know if they ever mention how powerful Harry's parents were. I don't know if they were like fantastic witches and wizards.
I had a question.
Go on.
Why did James Potter have the cloak? So it's been passed down in his family, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Why the hell would it be given to a schoolboy?
Yeah.
Because his parents were... He wasn't an orphan, was he?
No, yeah, because he had it when he was at school, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dumbledore give it him too? I don't know.
Probably the old
They're
kids.
like Harry's grandparents. Where are they?
Dead.
Well, that's true, isn't it? Because at this moment in time, they're probably only about 50, 60, aren't they?
His grandparents?
Well, don't know, maybe not. Maybe.
Saying he's got teen parents?
No, but even if... How old... Oh, yeah, I suppose not, yeah. But his mum and dad would be, 30, 40?
He'd be 30, would he, if Harry's like 15?
No, that's true. 40...
He would still have grandparents, though.
Yeah, alive is what I'm saying. Alive.
Well, some people's grandparents die.
No.
My last grandparent died when I was 14.
That's sad.
D-E-D, dead. And there's no coming back from that. There's no resurrection in death. Maybe in the Wizarding World, but not in Blackpool.
I love the bit where Hermione turned into Victor Meldrew when... I can't remember what he said. When Lupin gives Sirius Black a hug, and Hermione just goes, I don't believe it! She just shouts that out.
I don't believe it!
It's the most unnatural reaction to any shock ever. I don't believe it! I don't believe this! She thinks her life's
No,
alive.
Ron, you can't! I don't believe it!
I can't believe this is happening.
Crookshanks again. I love Crookshanks in this chapter.
Lovely.
Thinks he's ace. There's one point where it says he turned his ugly squash face to Harry. Like JK's getting a dig in at like how ugly the cat is, and like it's a ginger Himalayan cat apparently, and they have like squashed grumpy faces, much like Betty.
Mm-hmm.
And like most people think they're just grumpy looking, look like they hate everything, but it's just their face. And like with Betty, I know all her emotions and things. And it kind of brings me to you, Tom, where in the past you've kind of had it where you've said other comedians find you intimidating or like not hard to approach or something. You give off that kind of vibe. Tell me if I'm hurting your feelings.
No. Go on. If anything, I was like, I like this.
He loves to be feared.
I think it's a similar sort of thing with your face. It's just a...
Yeah,
it's your stern brow.
I get in a lot of trouble with my face.
Why?
Because people think I'm angry at them.
But we know you.
And if anything, I'm just I don't know, thinking about myself, or I'm elsewhere, or I don't know. Yeah, I think because my eyes are a bit deep set. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're a grumpy cat.
I'm a grumpy cat. I'm a pussy. I've got hair on my body. I've got paws. I've got claws. I've got a mouth, saliva. I've got an anus.
Clean yourself by licking your whole body.
I do. I can't lie, listeners. Yeah. What animal are you most like?
A silly monkey.
Ooh, do you think that'd be your Patronus?
No, I've tried to think what my Patronus would be. Maybe a sleepy bear.
Oh, panda.
Hermione is like... Lupin is revealed to be a werewolf. And Hermione is saying, I knew it, I've been, covering up for you. I knew you were a werewolf. I didn't say anything. I knew that your boggart was the moon. I knew that you were always getting ill when there was a full moon. And Lupin turns around and goes, oh, you're one of the cleverest witches of your age. Now's not the time for compliments. These three kids are shitting themselves.
I don't know how Ron is lay on that bed. Like before he was giving it an ow.
Yeah.
Because Scabbers bit his finger.
Yeah.
Now he's got a broken gammy leg.
Yeah.
How is he not screaming his lungs out?
Yeah, it doesn't say whether it's his shin or his femur. Could be his femur.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Oh!
But he's just chilling throughout all these revelations with a broken leg.
In bed, head on the pillow. Is he in the bed?
I think so.
He starts off in the bed.
Does he get out the bed? He tries to join in the fight, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then, whatever he's called, Black is telling him off. Or whatever.
Yeah. And then they're going on about, they say Dumbledore knew that Lupin was a werewolf, but he had to trust me. And Harry goes, Dumbledore was wrong! And, I was hoping in the opposite of the Chamber of Secrets when Harry showed loyalty to Dumbledore, Fawkes flew in and gave him a present, a hat and a sword. Whereas here, he's berating Dumbledore, he's wrong. I was expecting Fawkes to come in and shit on Harry's head.
Oh.
Didn't happen. I was sad.
Fawkes comes in with the sorting hat. Harry puts his hand in. Lump of coal.
That's what you get this year, Nobbin.
A note that just says, fuck you.
Fuck you. From Fawkes.
Also, Ron goes, get away from me, werewolf, to Lupin when he finds out. Yeah, it's a bit...
I didn't like that. I thought that was a bit like... More prejudice.
Prejudice. Yeah.
It was prejudice.
Well, it's probably the first thing you can think of as an insult. But I feel like Ron's a lot braver than we've seen him previously in this chapter. Because we've seen him scared of spiders, we've seen him hanging back while Harry goes forward and deals with Voldemort himself. But here he's proper like, you're going to have to get through me if you're going to kill Harry.
Yeah.
You're a werewolf.
He's not his usual Rupert Grint.
Yeah. Dafty.
Bloody hell! Peter Pettigrew is the rat.
Huh?
Peter Pettigrew. So after all this time, Ron has been in love with a middle-aged man. He's been carrying a middle-aged man round in his pocket. He's been sleeping with a middle-aged man who's not related to him. He's been feeding him, kissing him, bathing him, telling all his secrets.
Scooping up his poops.
Probably getting out of the shower himself, getting changed.
Yeah.
In front of a middle-aged man.
Just like that sudden realisation. I've been tickling the tummy of an adult for 13 years. I liked it.
Love that.
This chapter has so many, I can't remember reading this book, but it has so many reveals in this one chapter that all suddenly make sense. I think it's fantastic. So
I didn't remember that Lupin didn't know that Sirius was not bad. I thought he knew that Sirius was...
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah, but now he's kind of realising it now. And that's when they hug.
Well, I think apart from Voldemort and Pettigrew, I don't think anybody knows that Sirius is good, which is fascinating.
Yeah, like a real deep agent.
Yeah. Because imagine... it's hard to believe in one sense, because I feel like if you were best friends with somebody, you'd think, well, they wouldn't do that, would they?
But then if it can get tortured out of you.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know, do you?
No.
How many out of 5, how many tickly tummies of a middle-aged man out of 5 are you giving this chapter, Lucas?
Do you know what? I bloody love this chapter. I'm going to go so far as to say that this is my favourite chapter we have read so far.
Okay, tell us why.
In all 52 episodes. I feel like it was the big reveals, it was exciting, we had a bit of rough and tumble, we had some fighting, we had Harry nearly killing a man. All this kind of anger coming out, we saw a new side to Ron, I think we've seen a new side to Hermione. The reveals about, we've got Sirius Black's turned up, he's a dog, Lupin loves Sirius Black, the rat is Peter Pettigrew. It's just so overwhelming, I had to really resist from starting the next chapter straight away. For me, this is peak Potter. I never raved this much about a chapter, and I'm going to give it the maximum 5 tickly tummies of a middle-aged man out of 5.
Wow.
Wow.
David, how about yourself?
This is my first time giving a score to a Harry Potter chapter. And I will agree, I'm very lucky to be like, peak Potter. This is one of the most exciting parts of The Prisoner of Azkaban. So this is a good one. However, I kind of feel like Sirius Black talking like a creep was kind of, I don't know, that just took a little tiny bit off, where I thought maybe that is JK writing it so it's more of a reveal. Or maybe it's because it's Harry's perspective of Sirius. So I'm going to give it 4 out of 5.
Wow, very good though.
4 what out of 5?
For... What did you say?
Tickly tummies of a middle-aged man.
4 tickly tummies of a middle-aged man. 5 tickly tummies of a middle-aged man.
Now, for me, I started reading this book. Well, I started reading this chapter. Real page turner. I didn't have Connie with me.
Yeah.
I was struggling. My pages were dripping with tears. Loneliness. But I had a new friend in the drama of this chapter. Real excitement.
Yeah.
Finally, Ron getting his comeuppance. He has been, for lack of a better word, a total twat. This entire book, he's been awful. Like, he's been gaslighting people. He's a chauvinist. He's a pig. He's horrible. I hate him. A broken leg is his just desserts. Then we see Harry losing his mind, threatening to kill a man. Yeah, and then Hermione and Harry kicking the shit out of a man. This is wild. For that reason, I'm going to give this chapter 5 tickly tummies out of a middle-aged man out of 5.
Whoa! Total of 14 tickly tummies. That might be a record.
Wow.
Oh!
Right. Are you ready for this week's segment? And you can jump in as well.
Hey.
The prize. Anything you'd like out of these things?
Hey! What? So if we don't get 5 out of 5, we're not allowed any of the refreshments the venue has supplied for us?
You eat them all.
Each point is something.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
So 1 point is a Coke.
Yeah.
But also 1 point is a single mint.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Should we do a buzzing or do you want to just shout out? I'll tell you what, hands up.
Hands up.
Hands up, that's the best system. Question 1. How did Harry and Hermione stop the Whomping Willow from shaking its branches? David.
Crookshanks does it for her.
Correct. Question 2. How were they bent through the passage? Lucas.
I'm going to guess bent double.
They were bent double through the passage.
That's twice.
Question 3. How many legs did the chair have in the Shrieking Shack in the room? Lucas.
I'm going to guess 3.
Yeah, 3. Question 4. What is Lupin's nickname? David.
Like a big bum, it's Mooney.
It's Mooney. 2-2. No, this is the decider. This is the decider. Question 5. Who is Ron in love with? Lucas.
Scabbers. Peter Pettigrew.
Who is?
Peter Pettigrew.
A
rat. A man, a middle-aged man.
A middle-aged man.
Hey! Ooh.
Well done.
So, David, you get to choose 2 items from the selection. What would you like?
Could I have one of these chairs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And,
That kettle.
and the light bulb, the big strip.
Oh,
fluorescent light
lovely
bulb.
fluorescent light strip.
Lucas, what are you going to go for?
I, on the other hand, will have one of Uncle Joe's mint balls, a can of Coke, and this empty tub of Cadbury's Heroes.
Look inside.
That's got 5 sticky drumsticks in it.
They're not coming off the bottom.
We forgot to sing it before, but quiz, quizzy key, quiz, quizzy key, quiz, 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 quiz. Gonna ask you some questions. How well will you do? Quiz, quizzy key, quiz, quizzy key, quiz, 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 quiz.
Gonna ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas. How well will you do? I'll blow you a kiss. I loved that with the addition of David Stanier's baritone voice.
Oh, yeah.
Bow, 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 bow.
I was on the train back from Liverpool
Yes.
last night, and I was listening to the latest episode of Pottervision, and I heard Lewis Shaw's beautiful poem, or sonnet, as a present to you both. And I thought, shit, I've not got him a present. So I went to my local shop today.
Okay.
I perused, I looked around, and I saw there was not a lot for presents for Lucas and Tom for Pottervision. I said, is this the extent of the range of presents for Lucas and Tom from the shopkeeper?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I'm sorry. But I have bought you some choco wafers to give you
Wow.
some light energy for your tour.
Excellent.
Look at that.
I love
It's
that.
enormous.
I love that.
60 grams.
And where's the other one? To the depth of my bag.
This is exciting.
Whoop. And some, oh no, they've come out. Some fun snaps.
Oh, and they're the things you throw on the floor
like
and they
bangers. And I wish you a snapping and banging tour, guys.
Oh, thank you so much,
David.
David.
Thank you so much.
And our present to you is you get to do comedy for us today.
My job.
Hey! This has been the Pottervision Podcast. Thank you very much to everybody for listening, and thank you to David for being our lovely guest.
Thank you so much for having me. As I said before, I'm a big fan of the podcast. I feel like I've won a competition just being here.
Well, honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. We're on tour. You can't come to Chorley anymore. By the time you've listened to this, we'll have done it.
And we'll be dead.
And we'll be dead. But next week, or this week coming, if it's a Monday, on Thursday we're in Hull, where David is joining us again. And on Friday we're in Peterborough. Oh! That scared the bloody shit out of me then. And on Friday we'll be in Peterborough, supported by the fantastic Dawn Bailey. All the ticket dates are on the website, pottervision.com. But please join us on tour. We're on Patreon as well, patreon.com/Pottervision. There are bonus episodes of the podcast. There's merchandise. There's our 2019 live show. Come and support us on there. Otherwise, you can give us a 5-star review or get in touch on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. Just search Pottervision and you'll find us. Next week, we're on episode 53. Chapter 18 of The Prisoner of Azkaban, Moony, Wormtail, Padfoot and Prongs. You have been a wonderful guest, David Stanier.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. You have been regular host, Tom Lawrenson.
And you have been a bouncing baby, Lucas Kirkby.
Goodbye.
Pottervision.
Thank you for listening to the Pottervision podcast. The music was performed by Jack Evans. You can contact us through our website, pottervision.com. And if you'd like bonus content and to support the show, you can visit patreon.com/Pottervision.